Good afternoon. Today we're speaking about um, counselor competency and wellness. Today we're making sure we're looking over some court cases. I'm from North Carolina, so my court cases will come from North Carolina. I'm looking at some court cases in which North Carolina counselors were um, either placed on probation or some form of disciplinary action was placed on them because of something that they neglected to do. Most of the common reasons that I saw that people got in trouble in the state of North Carolina for ethics violations were they did not maintain required service documentation for these services that they provided or the services that were billed. There were numerous records that did not contain informed consent. They were unaware of ethical requirements regarding electronic communications. Overall informed consent. And there was a couple court cases in which I saw that the family members were allowed to access email documentation that stated and that basically showed the communication between the counselor and the practitioner. So that was something that was obviously a confidentiality problem. So the second question was about self care or lack thereof. Now, in self care, if you're not taking care of yourself, many things can happen. Just like with a few of the court cases that I saw earlier, that I read about earlier, um, just neglect to actually provide quality work. That's what a lot of people did not provide. They were missing documentation. They were missing steps in the actual counseling process, whether they were failed to keep records, proper records, whether they tried to throw records together at the end when there was some form of subpoena for the records. I saw somebody got in trouble for that in North Carolina, where they tried to create new records where they just didn't do what they were supposed to do. So not taking care of yourself can really be one of those things that can have major conflicts and can be a horrible thing. Um, the ACA Code of Ethics, Section C point 2 point G speaks about impairment. And it basically states that counselors monitor themselves for signs of impairment from their own physical, mental, or emotional problems, and they refrain from offering or providing professional services when impaired. And so they make sure that we are supposed to seek assistance for our own issues. And if we're dealing with something, then we're not in a position to provide services for someone else as well. So that's just one of those things that we have to be aware of. Um, Most of the questions that came to mind were, how can I make sure that I don't make these same mistakes that I've read about and that I've seen on the internet? Because these were real cases in which people were either placed on probation, they were either loss of license or suspended, or just anything that can actually happen, and that can be common issues, or that can be issues that literally are something that can be pretty serious and can um, make the patient not receive the care that they need, and also you losing out on the job that you work so hard to get. So, thanks.